Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. And he shoots!
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
And that is expertly dealt with. Well, Fabio Cannavaro may not be a giant in physical terms, Jim, but his reputation, his presence are as imposing as they come.
Yeah, he's proof positive that being a top-class centre-half isn't all about physicality and height. You know, he's only 5'9", but he's imperious in the air. It just goes to show the importance of how he reads the game, the anticipation, the positioning.
Foden. Neither of these two want to come off second best. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
And he's gone looking for safety. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now it's Pinamonti. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Now, can they get him away? Oh, that's fabulous. Messi. Oh, super ball. Mbappe! He's scored! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
So the first goal of the game.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Kone.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blank
chance! Decent enough try.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
And he's picked it up out wide. This might spell danger. Goes for a shot! They've done it! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! That was easy, almost too easy.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
And that's aimed into... Climbs up big! Off the post! Matic. Now, he's got space here. Vardiol. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Turns back here, probably the best option. Maremovic. And it's Garcia. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Now it's Pinamonti.
Oh, great feat, that.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. It's a promising position. And it's been given away. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on. And one more try! He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
Van Dijk spots it and intercepts.
They want to be quick here, it's breakaway time.
Played out to the right. Messi. Shapes to shoot! Now, who's going to be first to this?
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. That is ended up in no man's land. Oh, what's he done? And the shot! Oh, the ball's come loose here. Pinamonti. Oh, they can break here. And it's been played through. That is a crunching tackle. Looking for options for movement. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Alexander-Arnold.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
That's Cannavaro. Zaire Emery. And there's the end of the first half. How would you review the first half?
Well, Peter, at 2-0, you're faced with the choice of just trying to see the match out or forcing the issue even further. I'd always be inclined to go for the latter, go for a third, especially with a still to play.
It has been a remarkable contest, decorated by goals, and two between them at half-time. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. Maremovic. And it's Garcia. Alexander-Arnold did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Messi. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold. Garcia wins the duel this time. Pinamonti. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Not much subtlety about that challenge. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Messi has created one goal already. Now that looks a decent ball. Very nicely done. Alexander-Arnold with the delivery. And back out it comes.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
So 2-0 the scoreline early after half-time. And this is Lewandowski. Oh, just skips past his man. There's the shot! And that was very necessary. Chooses to go back. And a shot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff.
Gol! Ha segnato al 60° minuto, numero 22.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Matic.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di 29.514 spettatori.
And Garcia. And it's Matic. Zaire Emery. Alexander-Arnold. Camavinga. That's an imaginative pass. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Maremovic. And it's Matic. Garcia. Messi gets a foot in here. Garcia just loves to go forward whenever he can. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Kone. And it's Berardi. Tries to dink it through. Donnarumma breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball.
There's nothing more infuriating for a fan than seeing passing without penetration. They're just stuck in a rut.
Tries to play it through. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Threads one in, and he welcomes it in. Messi gets into some space. Kone. Now that's well seen too. Mbappe under intense pressure.
Well, he's profited handsomely already in this.
He's having a shot! He's got a goal! Results no longer in doubt. It's just about how many. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 45.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Vardiol. Neymar. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Vardiol could try cutting inside here. It requires real discipline to defend this deep, and they are showing just such discipline.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Kone. And it's Berardi. Camavinga. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Now it's Kane. Knocks it out wide. Vardiol. In towards the back stick. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. That's that, the end. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.
Oggi siamo stati sfortunati, ma ci rifaremo.
Hello and welcome one and all, the atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening, the skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set.
I think it's only right for me to respectfully acknowledge Fabio Cannavaro as being a little giant.
Yeah, not the tallest of centre-halves, but amongst the most commanding.
Yeah, and whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for in other areas. Anticipation, timing and tactical intelligence, they're all top class.
So that's got things underway. Malinovsky. Now it's Baldanzi. Engages and forces him off the ball. Mbappe. Now it's Baldanzi. That is a great pick out. Picked out brilliantly. Foden. And Zaire Emery. Sends it crossfield. And it's Messi. Zaire Emery. Played out to the left flank. Now Foden. And it's Lewandowski! Oh, that was no routine save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Camavinga. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Can he get it through? Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Camavinga getting this one clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. Camavinga. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Has a shot! Off the post! And they've got rid. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe! Oh, crossbar! And he comes up trumps again.
Mbappe really must be thinking what more he could have done there. It's another inspired save.
Neither side yet able to find the net. Camavinga did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Foden. Good ball, good... And the shot! Just not quite happening for him just now.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
And this is Lewandowski. That's really well manoeuvred.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from...
He's gone for goal! Denied by an instinctive save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Now it's Mbappe. Camavinga. He's had a shot! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Threads one in. Played in by... Oh, what a class! In he goes again! It's in! And just like that, he hits 50. He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
So we have our breakthrough.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Messi. Malinovsky. One 0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Vitinha. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. 1-0 the score. He's picked his way through. Camavinga.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And it's Zaire Emery. Played through into space. Foden gets into some space. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. And the first 45 minutes are up. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead, and that gives them something to build on after the break. Some first half thoughts?
Well, I think the scoreline ever from both teams. I think they lead because they did most of the probing. A little more penetration, I think, should help them get the job done.
Leading 1-0 at the break. Here we go again. A solitary goal. That has been the crucial difference. Baldanzi is onto this. Malinovsky.
Deserved a better ball there. He's right to be disappointed.
And he's taking no chances there. Kamavinga. And it's Lewandowski. And it's Messi. Shifted it to the flank. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Foden gets into a good position. Vitinha.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Now it's Baldanzi. And no, that was never going to make it. Messi looking to add to his goal. Messi. And Messi! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Team still separated by the game's only goal. Østigard. They're trying everything to subdue him here.
Yeah, and it's about time they woke.
Lewandowski! Oh, the ball's come loose here. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
And this is Lewandowski. Knocks it out wide. Zaire Emery. Pressure stays on, it is a corner. And he's there to clear it. Played it early. Big header! He has done it! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Oh, it's a searing run. He is a man on a mission. Cross goes in there. Tries to get it clear. Malinovsky. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Cross deflected behind for a corner.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 23.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Yeah, I think he's been told to play that role of the tactical pivot, spraying the ball about sometimes, driving it forward from the middle of the park.
That's a lovely, neat pass. Zaire Emery. And it's Valverde. Now it's Mbappe. Messi. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And the shot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are cruising away. Simplicity itself.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
So there's going to be another change here. Kane to come on, a change that had been mooted for a while.
Yeah, they've gone for more energy up front. This is a clear message, Peter.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Vitinha. That's Malinovsky. Knocks it into space. And that's played in low. No messing about, just bludgeoned away.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Nicely spread. Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. So 3-0 now, and surely there'll be no twists in the plot. And it's Messi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And the counter is on. Malinovsky. Just 5 minutes remaining now. Alexander-Arnold gets good distance on it.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 19. Lascia il campo per il numero 6. Attenzione alla sostituzione.
Malinovsky. He's had it taken off him. Kane. Alexander-Arnold. And it's Messi. Looking for the run. Alexander-Arnold is flagged offside.
Il quarto uomo indica 4 minuti di recupero.
Confirmation that there will be 4 minutes stoppage time. Kane. Now Mbappe. Played out towards the right wing. And this is Messi. Oh, given offside once more. Passing is crisp and sharp. Kane. He's on it, can he get away? Now it's Messi. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. And we're done. Well, that was a tale of two very different teams. One driven, ruthless, prolific. The other quite the opposite in all of those areas. The result, a very accurate reflection of what we saw. Ward, and no surprise there. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. So here we go, yet another page in this long rivalry that has existed between two grand teams. One that looks as though it will continue no matter what else happens, no matter what the hand of fate deals both of these parties. It has the look of a glitzy, grandiose occasion. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So the gloves are off, Jim.
Well, what a game this is, Peter. The pressure on both sets of players is tremendous, and they're both expected to win no matter what. It doesn't matter if you're contesting a title, a final, or just playing for pride. This one's always special.
Torino appear to be going with a 3-5-2 formation, Jim.
Well, this system, Peter, allows for a really expansive passing game. If your centre-backs can play, then you see lots of diagonal switches to the wing-backs, and it all makes for a stylish, attractive bundle. However, its biggest weakness are those gaps between centre-backs and wing-backs, and with quick enough movement from the opposition, that can cause lots of trouble.
There's the whistle, and here we go. Two tribes going toe-to-toe. Passionate, emotional, blood-boiling, sometimes angry, always the same, yet every time a little different. Well, Fabio Cannavaro may not be a giant in physical terms, Jim, but his reputation, his presence are as imposing. Chance, surely! We've got a goal! There is the breakthrough! So smooth, a signature finish.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently, and he picked out the perfect target.
Numero 5.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up a notch or 10.
It's a really well-measured ball. Camavinga. Foden. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. Foden going face-to-face with his great rival. Camavinga. He shifted it to the flank. And he's cut it out. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Now it's Zapata. Passing is crisp and sharp. Vardiol. And it's Zaire Emery. Oh, it's come loose. And here's Mbappe! Now, who's going to be first to this?
He was berating his defence before making the save, and he's at it again now.
Vlasic, nicely spread. Now it's Lazaro. Unrelenting, uncompromising pressure on him. Vardiol. Camavinga. Now it's Mbappe. Zaire Emery in acres. He gets big! And oh, he's got that completely wrong. Out to the right. And here's Mbappe. And it's made its way to him. Now then, the ball's come loose. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Lazaro. Vlasic. Lazaro. Not the most accurate pass. Looking for the run. And he plays one through. Just the goalkeeper to beat. He's had a shot! He has done it! And this is getting better and better. There was to be only one outcome.
Yeah, he always had the measure of the keeper, and there was very little doubt as to how this was going to end up.
So that's two now without reply.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
And he's intervened well there. Turns back here, probably the best option. Cannavaro. Alexander-Arnold. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. He's in a great position here. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Foden. Now it's Mbappe. Pressure coming in from all directions. Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. Now it's Messi. Messi's... He rises! Oh, that's nice. He's on it, can he get away? And he's there to clear it. He won't be happy with that one. And that was very necessary. Throw in. Chooses to go cross-field. Tries to play it through. That's been slipped through. Stood up well to him there. Messi. Lewandowski. Messi. He has found the way through. And the keeper beats it away. And the first half is done. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Well, it's been a proper derby so far, no doubt about that. Intense and utterly captivating. Hit contest decorated by goals, and two between them at half-time. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. And here's Lewandowski. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Now it's Simeone. And it's Simeone. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
That's really well cleared. Played out to the left flank. Played out towards the right wing. Now it's Lazaro. He is just caressing the ball. Fired deep towards Simeone! Denied by an instinctive save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Now it's Vlasic. Vlasic. Can he get on the end of this? Lewandowski. Looking to play him in. Oh, there's a probing ball. And he plays one through. They're urging him to shoot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are cruising away. Was there ever any doubt?
Oh, that's excellent composure, because the keeper put as much pressure on as he could by not committing sooner.
A case now of complete control. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Quarter of an hour into the second half. Now it's Simeone. Oh, good spread. Lazaro has it in a wide position. Vlasic goes for a shot! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Well, that was highly impressive. He went through them like a knife through butter, so that's raised an alarm or two.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Now it's Vlasic. Now it's Lazaro. Great vision. Zaire Emery. Now that looks a decent ball. Now it's Foden. Mbappe. Bit too much weight on the pass. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Camavinga. Now it's Lewandowski. Now it's Messi. Threads one in, and he's worked it through. Vlasic. Lazaro. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Can he get it through? Deep cross.
Look, this is so frustrating. Passing without any end product is just passing time.
Viene sostituito con il numero 19. Attenzione, una sostituzione.
That pressing is so good, it's nice and early.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
It's played through for him. Skillfully cut out, he is so at ease on the ball. That'll be a throw-in. So there's going to be another change here. Kane coming on here. A change that was broadly anticipated.
Yeah, they've gone for more energy up front. This is a clear message, Peter.
Looks across and plays it in. Cleared away. Knocks it out wide.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's Alexander-Arnold. Oh, he's found support out wide. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. Torino making another change here.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely no...
And a shot! And that is a truly outstanding save.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
Backward. Big chance! It's in! Players ecstatic, fans delirious. This is utopian. You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Torino looking to pass their way through. Now it's Adams. Well timed, excellent interception. No, that's been intercepted. Steaming on goalwards. Well, that pass isn't the best. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Played back.
He had nobody else to help out there.
Il quarto uomo indica 4 minuti di recupero.
Tries to pass it through, and he welcomes it in. That's a promising run he's making on the right. Messi. Alexander-Arnold.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, that was a tale of two very different teams. One driven, ruthless, prolific. The other quite the opposite in all of those areas. The result, a very accurate reflection of what we saw. Mbappe voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Well, how will we look back on that?